Hello and welcome to the Leading with Lean podcast. My name's Philip Holt, author of Leading with Lean, The Simplicity of Lean, and Leading Lean by Living Lean. And in this podcast, I narrate all three of my books, chapter by chapter, in which I share with you my over 30 years of experience as a lean leader across many companies globally. The Simplicity of Lean, Chapter 5, Visual Management. And what you will notice about this audio chapter is that I'm talking about visual management, and of course in the chapter I've used quite a few visuals, but hopefully with good description you'll get the gist of the chapter. Why visual management? Visual management appears so obvious and uncontentious a subject that it often surprises me how challenging it appears to be to get organisations to adopt it. I observe many documents, emails, procedures, reports, communication cells, etc. that have a significant amount of text that is quite obviously never read. I also see a lot of lean training materials, even about visual management, that contain copious text and very few visuals. Visuals, whether they be infographics, diagrams, photos or videos, consistently and significantly engage people much better and more effectively than text or audio alone. The 3-second rule. One of the easiest methods of confirming whether the visual management is effective is to ask, can I establish the status of performance, whether there is a problem or the essence of the message, in 3 seconds or less? And what you'll see in the book is an example of a communication cell or daily management board, which has a lot of very visual items on there that are very easy to read. And what we're going to do as we go through this now is explain what you would see on the communication cell and how the 3-second rule is applicable. So if we look at the example of a communication cell, what you can hopefully see is that it ought to be quick and easy to establish where the problems are. The people section. There was an incident on the 5th of the month, the last recorded date. This requires immediate and priority attention. Whilst the 3C item has been open for the near miss on the 4th, no 3C is open for the incident of the 5th. This is contrary to our safety first mindset. Why is this happening? Joe Abril and Imran Farkar are both present, but Joe has a red emotional state monitor status and Imran an amber status. What help do they need? Connie is on green status but is out. Is that planned or an unexpected absenteeism? The team members are not at their planned competence levels. This might be okay, as the plan to achieve might be on track and no further action is required. However, Process C has no expert. This must be the priority competence development area. Connie is absent, but is the expert on 3 of the 5 processes. How is this being managed? Performance. 2 of the 4 metrics are off track, with 1 of them being red and the other amber. Is ownership being taken for the problem solving? There is only 1 3C item, which doesn't seem to match the number of problems. As above, do we have clear ownership and a problem solving process running? Continuous improvement. Connie has not yet implemented a Kaizen. Does she need help or is she in progress with one? 2 of the Kamishibai checks have failed. What problem solving is in place to resolve them? Whilst this example probably has more problems than you might find on a typical real-life comm cell, the speed at which you can identify the problems is much faster than you would be able to if this was a text-based communication. Also, consider how likely it would be, without the communication cell, that you would be able to obtain all this information in one place daily. This is the power of the daily management process and its visualization. Up-to-date, useful, easy to read information that the teams can use to manage their performance. Visual management is all around us. Wherever you look in the world, visual management is used to make our lives easier through the communication of information in a simple, non-verbal manner, which is quicker for our brains to process. For example, think about the everyday activity of driving, which contains multiple examples of visual management. And what you'll see in the book is an example of a traffic light, of a gauge for a petrol or gas level, and then pictures of signs that you would see on a road directing traffic in different directions. We also encounter visual management in buildings and on the street, and the examples in the book are a disabled sign, a no smoking sign, and a medical sign. Without the use of these visuals, it would be difficult for many of us to comprehend quickly enough the vast amount of information that we need to take in during the course of our day. It's therefore not surprising that visual management is used extensively in lean thinking organisations, not just for daily management and the communication cell, but across all aspects of the organisation. And what you'll see in the book are some examples in the workshop of where we've got different types of visual management gauges, elements around organisation of tooling, and organisation of walkways and safe areas. This is not just something that you will find in the workshop, with office examples abundant. And again, what you see in the book are some work order request examples, a Kanban system for the office activities, and some in progress and testing examples from a product development area. Visual management is therefore fundamental to the simplicity of lean, and the only way that we can truly ensure that we effectively communicate standards, policies, procedures, performance status, and all other forms of information to our teams. And the final element of the chapter is a quote by Winston Churchill. Men occasionally stumble over the truth. Most of them pick themselves up and hurry off as if nothing ever happened.